How do you deal with having a bad day and being high vibration, spiritual being of light? Someone asked me that question recently, and I wanted to jump on and talk about this today because it's important. There is a lot of damaging energy in the online spiritual community, and I make no apology for saying that. But there are so many places where it's all about you have to be a being of light, really high vibration all of the time. And yet you're human. That's not realistic. You can't be happy, clappy, singing and dancing and high vibe every single day because you're human. You're an energetic being. So, how do you navigate those times and still stay connected to your truth and yourself? I'm Sonia Davies, spiritual advisor, and welcome to the Bridge to Joy. This is where I share soul-led inspiration for the real world. Because let's be honest, flying with dragons and astral traveling is great. And believe me, I know. You still got to get food on the table, get the laundry done, do your work, whatever it is that you do, you've got to keep it real, right? That's what I'm here for. I'm here in this series to share my personal views, opinions, stories, techniques that I use, things that I've learned in my journey to help you be inspired and take your own action. With this whole series, with everything I share with you, I invite you not to just take what I say and go, oh, well, that's what I need to do. I invite you to take it in, consider it through the lens of your own life. Take what resonates, and if it doesn't, leave it. That's perfect. That's what this is about. The art of critical thinking is where I'm inviting you into here. This is not about hero worship and putting me on a pedestal and going, oh my goodness, Sonia knows what she's talking about, therefore that's what I must do. No, absolutely not. Please, please do not do that. What I want you to do is listen, take inspiration, and then think about it from your own point of view. So I'm just going to have a drink. Keeping it real here. These sessions, by the way, I never ever script my videos. If you're new to my channel, I don't script. I just freestyle. I get the downloads, I get the insights. Sometimes I get questions from people and I just freestyle on it. I don't have a script. I've got a piece of paper with some things on it that I use, techniques that I use, which I'm going to share some of them with you. That's as much as I've got. I've got nothing else here. So I freestyle this. So this is me. This is raw. This is real. That's why I'll stop and have a drink. And if I need to cough or whatever it is, right? This is real because this is me. This is how I roll. So you're having a bad day. It's easily done, especially right now. Now, I don't know when you're watching this. The beauty of this platform is this video is going to sit here for, I don't know, years until I maybe one day decide to take the channel down. I have no plans of doing that, by the way, in the foreseeable future. However, you know, this is going to sit here for years. You could be watching this 5 years after I've recorded it, and that's perfect. That's okay. It's still relevant. However, what I will do is give you a context on when I am recording this. So today is this is actually being published on Wednesday, the 29th of July, 2026. I'm actually recording it the day before on Tuesday, the 28th. And it's a significant date. It's a significant date for a lot of reasons. Energy-wise, right now, so when this video goes out on Wednesday, the 29th, at 3:35 p.m. that's UK time, so adjust it for your own time zone if you're elsewhere in the world. We have full moon in Aquarius. And it's not just a full moon. There's a huge, huge, huge amount of astrology going on right now. And I'm not going into it because I am not an astrologer. If you've been around my world for a while, you'll know I use astrology a lot, but I am not an astrologer and I don't claim to be. However, for me, astrology, I'm an energy healer. I'm an energy worker. I work with energy. And energetics and how that all works. And that's personal, but it's also collective. And the astrology gives me a map and an explanation and an understanding of why certain energies feel the way they do. So that's why I use astrology. But that's purely for my own benefit. And like I say, I'm not an astrologer. But there is some massive astrology going on right now. And energetically, it can feel really heavy. Again, as I'm recording this, we've also got Saturn retrograde, Pluto retrograde. There's all sorts going on, and it's a lot. It feels like the world is crumbling. If you watch the news, I do not watch the news at all. But if you do, that's your decision. Personally, I advise you not to, but we can talk about that in a minute. I'll explain that one in a minute. That's not about burying your head in the sand. But if you watch the news, you will see a lot of noise, a lot of chaos, a lot of destruction, a lot of doom and gloom, and oh my word, what's going to happen? That can get to you. And even if you don't watch the news, like I don't, you're an energetic being. You'll be picking up on the energies of the people around you, whether you're in direct contact with them or not. People within your vicinity, I live in the middle of a city, and there will be people in houses around here that I've never met those people, and I will be feeling their energy because it's collective. The last statistic I heard, and I take these with a pinch of salt because everyone's individual, but the last statistic I heard was that your energy field expands to about 20 miles. So if you think of all the energies that are happening within a 20-mile radius of where you are, yours may not be 20 miles, but it can be that big if you concentrate on it, if you make it that big. That means your energy is spreading out for 20 miles, up to 20 miles. But it also means you are potentially absorbing the energies from people within a 20-mile radius. People and the earth and the animals and all living creatures within that radius. That's a lot of energy. So even if you personally aren't getting involved in negative things, maybe you're having a great time in life right now, celebrate that fact, and you still wake up and you go, ugh, I feel really heavy today. Believe me, I know I do this too, okay? Because we're human and we pick up other people's energy. Now, the energies right now, as I say, at the time I'm recording this, and the content of this is relevant to you at any time, no matter when you're watching it, even if it is in 5 years' time, it doesn't matter. The energies are still relevant. The content of this is still relevant. You absorb energies, and the energies right now, globally and galactically, are in a huge period of change. We are going through what is termed the ascension process, creating new earth. Now, I'm not a fan of those terms. They feel a bit tropes, happy clappy, woohoo, we're all spiritual here, yes, love and harmony kind of vibe, and that's okay. And I'm here for that, but I think they're overused and I think they've become tropes rather than real. Personal opinion. Like I say, leave what doesn't resonate. Personal opinion, I don't like those words. However, we are in a process energetically right now, and the old world is crumbling. The old world is getting louder and louder and louder as it loses its power. think of it like the bully in the playground, right? There was always one at school. Hey, maybe it was you back then. Maybe you were the one that was bullied most. We all have our experiences and histories of those. But you remember, like, I'm talking primary school age, there was the bully in the corner of the playground, and they were the loud one, the mouthy one, the one that wound everyone up. And as you get older, that bully gets quieter and quieter because they get louder and louder to start with, but people go, no, you're an idiot. I'm not gonna, as a child, I'm not going to play with you anymore. No, I'm not even going to listen to you because that's just no. They get louder and louder and more aggressive and more, listen to me. Why won't anyone listen to me? I'm going to get louder and I'm going to do more dramatic things. I'm going to hurt more things. I'm going to break things. I'm going to damage more people, damage more things. And they do that and they get louder because they're losing their power. That's what's playing out in the world right now. That is not in any way to negate suffering that's happening. That does not take away compassion for people who are finding this really difficult. However, when you disconnect from the noise of it all, you start to come back to yourself and your sovereign power within you. And as you do that, you take the power away from the noisemakers, and they are noisemakers, and you start to come back to yourself and you start to regain control of you. The bully in the playground does not control you anymore. They don't have power over you anymore. They don't like that. They get more aggressive, more violent, more hectic, more shouty. But you have control of you. You cannot control how that bully acts. You can control how you react to it, how you respond. And the same is true when you wake up and you're having a really bad day. You know those days when you just wake up and you go, I just feel really today. It's not even that you feel tired and you just want a duvet day. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about when you feel, I'm grumpy. I'm miserable. Everything's a problem. Ugh. You know those days? We all get them. We're all human, right? Or maybe you wake up and you're in quite a good place. You're like, yeah, yeah. And then you have an argument with your other half because they're in a bad mood and that impacts you. And your energy is like, I'm really pissed off now. I'm really hacked off. Or I'm really miserable now. They've really drained me. How do you get back to a place of your sovereign power and your vibration being higher again? Because the reality is, if you sit in that energy of low vibration, feeling squashed, whether it's miserable or just grumpy or even angry about things or frustrated with things, doesn't matter whether it's about the world around you or literally just in your own skin. You can look at yourself in the mirror and go, don't like you. You can do that. You can have those days. We all do them. We're all human. We all have them. How do you get out of that? If you're looking at the world around you crumbling, if you've had a fight with your other half, if you've, I don't know, just generally woken up and gone, I just feel heavy and like I don't know what to bother. What's the point of today? How do you get yourself out of that? That's where I want to take us to. And I want to take you through some practical things that you can do to get there. Because these things are always multi-layered and there are always reasons why you feel like that. One of the things that I do, I'm going to talk through how I do it, okay? And it may help you. And I'll talk through a range of different things that I do and it depends. And it's okay for you to go, oh, I really don't want to do that. But maybe there's something in what I suggest that will help. So if I have a morning where I wake up and I just go, oh, I just feel really, ugh, what's the point? Oh, I've got everything wrong. Oh, I haven't done that. And oh, I've got that wrong. And oh, dreadful. And you start going, oh, the narrative in your head is then, oh, I can't even run my business. What's going on? Can't even get any clients. Hate running my business. No good at it anyway. Why am I even bothering? All of that, right? It's nonsense, by the way. But that negative self-talk starts and it latches on. It's like a little gremlin that grabs hold and tells you how you feel. The thing is, that gremlin is in your head. It's not actually in your heart. It's not actually your feelings. The gremlin in your head is telling you how it wants you to feel. It's not your feelings themselves. And that's a really important distinction. When you feel, ugh, your brain then tries to create a narrative as to why you feel like that. And it goes, oh, well, maybe I'm not good enough. I can't do this. It's rubbish. It's pointless. Why would I even bother? I should just throw it all in and go back and get a job, minimum wage job doing something rubbish. That's your brain. It's taking the initial feeling, which is, oh, I just feel a bit pants today, whatever it is. And it's trying to create a narrative that emphasizes that and keeps you stuck in that loop of how that feels. It's like a downward spiral. It's like a downward spiral. And it keeps you caught in that loop. And if you let the mind gremlins take over and keep hold of you, you will stay in that space and you will keep going further and further down that spiral. And by the way, 10 points if you spot the musical reference there. Slight aside, anyway. Referencing my old musical tastes are still relevant now. Anyway, that energy is going to keep you in a loop. Your brain is going to keep you in a loop. Your feelings underneath it all are valid. So what I'm not saying is you shouldn't feel like you feel. I'm absolutely not saying that at all. But what I'm saying is once you've got that feeling, your brain will then try and give you a narrative that makes sense of that feeling. And that narrative is usually a destructive one. It's a negative one. And it might be anger. It might be irritation at other people, at things, at yourself. It might be doom and gloom. It might be misery. It might be despair. It might be fear. All of those are real and valid, but the brain is going to try and give you a narrative that will keep you going down and down and down that spiral. That's hard to get out of. And if you don't get out of it, ultimately, if you keep going down that spiral, that is what leads to things like depression. If you're in that place, I see you, I feel you, I've been there, I know what that feels like. It's not nice, it's not pleasant. There are ways out of it. But if you're just, generally you're okay, but you're just having one of those days, this is the time to take a step back and notice it. Notice it. And the key to doing this is to find something that brings you out of that mind gremlin. This is not about saying ignore the feeling underneath it. Absolutely not. That feeling is valid and it's there for a reason. Even if the feeling is there because you're picking up wider collective energies from around you. And we'll come back to that in a moment. But the feeling is valid. You've woken up with a feeling. Feelings are always valid, and they are always information. The bit that's not valid is the narrative in your head, the mind gremlin that keeps you going down and down and down that spiral. That's the bit that's not relevant and that isn't helpful. That's the bit to step away from, not the feeling, but the narrative, the thoughts that keep you stuck in that loop. So how do you do that? Let's get practical. And believe me, I'm absolutely sharing my own experiences here. This is real for all of us, including myself. Believe me, I am just as human as you are. Sort of. Well, yeah, we can talk about galactic origins another time. But the trick to this is to find something that breaks you out of the pattern of the mind spiral. And the first thing to do with that is to notice it. The minute you notice that you're doing that, the trick is to take a step back and look at it. Now, that takes conscious effort. I'm not going to pretend it doesn't. So imagine for a moment, I'll give you my own scenario on this, okay? This is a very real scenario. I wake up in the morning, usually I'm joyful and I'm like, oh, what's happening in the day ahead? And I'm thinking about things. The ADHD part of my brain loves spiral, is running at 1,000 miles an hour before I'm even fully awake. Goes straight from dream state into composing emails or writing social media posts or thinking about a client session or whatever it is. Okay. Planning a new thing because it loves new things. My brain is running fast most of the time. And then I'll get a day when I wake up and I'm going, what's the point? Can't even do this. Don't even want to do this. Why am I even bothering? I've got bills coming up and I need to find a way to get a cash injection into my business. I've got to do this thing. I haven't done that. And I didn't do that yesterday. And I meant to do that. And I haven't done that. And oh my goodness, I've got to get the car booked in and I've got to do this and I've got to do, oh no, how am I going to do it all? The feeling underneath it all is one of, oh, this feels heavy. I don't like this. I don't feel positive today. The brain then fills in the gaps. Well, it's because you're rubbish at running a business. It's because you can't do that. It's because you haven't done that. You should have done that yesterday and you didn't. It's your fault. And it goes into a narrative of self-blame. Now, that might not be yours. That's mine. I'm literally sharing my own. I'm being very open with you here. This is my narrative in my head that says, in here, it's all your fault. Yeah, you've done all these things. You haven't done that. You didn't do that. You haven't done that. You haven't sorted that. You're lazy. You haven't done that. Oh, bad you. That's what my brain does to me. And I turn round and I go, okay, I hear you. All right. Thank you for showing me the things that are worrying you. Because all of those fears are real. All of those narratives are real. They come from somewhere. And what I do is I go, okay, I'm hearing all those things. Let's take the emotion out of them and look at the facts. No, I did not do that thing yesterday that I meant to do. Okay, I'll do that first this morning. I'll write it down. So it's on my list for today and I'll put it as number 1 on the list because it's the thing I didn't do yesterday. Okay, I can solve that. Yeah, I still haven't done that thing that I've been promising myself I'd do for the last 3 weeks. Wonder why I haven't done it. Maybe there's a reason I haven't done it. I'll have a look at that and I'll write that down. Okay. So that bit about I can't run a business and I'm rubbish at this and I haven't got the things I need. Well, I know that's not true. I've got so much evidence to prove that that's not true. That's just no, you can shut up on that one because that's nonsense. Telling me you're not good enough. I'm bloody brilliant at what I do, frankly. I know that. Enough people tell me that. My clients tell me that, unprompted, without me knowing. Someone told me that yesterday, how good I am at what I do. So I know that's not true. So that you can be quiet on that one. But all that narrative has given me information to go, okay, underneath all of this is a fear. Wonder what that fear is. And I take a moment and I literally put my hand on my heart, sometimes two, sometimes the other one's holding a crystal, depends what I'm doing and where I'm feeling. And it just takes a moment and I just close my eyes and I go, take a deep breath. And I kind of say to myself, I don't do it out loud, but I say to myself, okay, you're worried about something. What is it you're really worried about? And I give myself, my emotions, my body, my inner self, the space to tell me what's really going on. Because all that stuff on the surface may or may not be true, the narrative's on the surface, but actually there's something underneath it. And if I take a moment and I connect with that something underneath it, I can find out what it is. Because when you know what it is, you can do something with it. Now, for me, that might be when this last happened to me, it was I'm feeling the energies right now. These energies are huge. And I'm picking up the angst in the collective and it's weighing me down. And it doesn't feel nice. And I'm worried about that. I'm worried about what I do about this thing and that thing. But underneath it all, I'm picking up energies from the collective. I am picking up those energies of angst and of doom and gloom and despair and despondency. Okay, thank you, me, for telling me that. I honor you, I see you, I hear you, I feel you. Thank you. And I leave it there for the moment. And then I get up. And then this is a very, very real example, okay? This has happened to me very, very recently. And I get up and I start my day, my normal morning routines and rituals that I do. I jump straight in the shower before I'm fully awake and wake myself up with the water. Go downstairs and then I do exercise. Now, when I say exercise, I'm not talking a full-on workout, although if that's your thing, please go for it. You're a more active person than I am. That's not my bag. I do Qigong, okay? I do not, randomly, I don't get on with yoga. I've tried so many times. Do not like it at all. Something about yoga I just can't work with. I've done Tai Chi though, love it. Qigong is the one that I do daily, every morning. Now, I don't try and do this by myself. I stick a video on YouTube from someone I follow who teaches Qigong and puts some free videos out on their YouTube channel. It's great. And they have it, and I usually do 10, between 10 and 20 minutes every morning. After I've had my shower and got dressed, before I eat my breakfast, I do 10, 15, 20 minutes of Qigong. This particular morning, which was only very recently, I literally did a 5-minute video and it was enough. The point of it is not about what you do. It's about the fact that you're moving your body, which means you're moving the energy. Movement is powerful. Now, whatever that is for you, it could be running on the spot, could be jumping jacks, could be going out for a walk. It could be Yeah, a full workout, if that's your thing. For me, 5 minutes of Qigong is enough, just moving energy, just doing some stretches. Something that gets your physical body moving, particularly first thing in the morning, it physically moves the energy through your body. Doesn't have to be sophisticated, doesn't have to be a full workout. 5 minutes is enough. And if you're feeling really angsty and down, that can be plenty. But that 5 minutes of movement, moving the energy through your body, really makes a difference, a huge difference. And believe me, I am not the most active person in the world. I love going for walks, but I've never been into sport. Never been into sport. My husband does. He's a skateboarder and plays basketball, but I am not into sport at all. Like, no, not for me. I don't mind the gym, but I'll go for a long walk. That's fine. But Qigong, it moves the energy. It's more intentional about energy movement. This isn't about fitness. This is about moving energy. That's what this is about. And it's the same if you're angry or if you're frustrated or anything like that. Any lower negative energies, movement is key. And it doesn't take much. And then I carry on my morning rituals, breakfast, coffee, very, very good quality coffee. That's an absolute for me. Very strong black, really good quality coffee, freshly ground beans. There you go. You just learned something about me. My coffee is very important to me, like my music. And then I go into myself. That's when I do the meditative bit after I've done all of that. And I write, I've got a gratitude diary. Now, I've only started this recently. I'm not really into these gratitude lists. I've never been into it, but there's something about the energies right now that have really helped me. And every single day, before I start my day, my phone is still switched off, my laptop is still closed, I write down 5 things that I'm grateful for. Now, I'm not going to lie, some mornings, this particular morning I'm talking about, that's hard. It's a hard list to write. But I'm always grateful for my morning coffee. I'm grateful that I'm alive. I'm grateful for the sun and the skies, and I'm grateful for the plants in my room. I can always find things to be grateful for. 5 things. That helps shift your energy as well. It helps shift your thinking mind, being very conscious about that. And then I lean into, okay, so what's the real issue here? I go back to the information that I got before I got out of bed, and I asked myself, what's really going on here? What do I need to do in order to shift this energy, in order to change how I feel? And this isn't about negating how you feel. This is about, okay, so what can I do with that information? Now I know what it is. So for me, this particular morning I'm talking about, it was all about I'm picking up collective energy. Okay, so I need to move that energy out of me. And I did a little breathwork meditative process. And then I upped my protection, my energy field protection, because obviously I'm absorbing more energy from the collective right now because it's so strong, so powerful. And these energies right now are shifting a lot of things around. The wider cosmic galactic energies are moving things very consciously, very deliberately. That bully in the corner of the playground is losing their power and is getting louder by the moment. We are resetting, and I'm going, I need to create my own boundaries. I need to strengthen my protection, energy protection boundaries so that I don't absorb these things overnight, like I obviously did last night or that particular night. That's what I do. I increase my energy and I listen to myself and I go still. Now, I promised you some other tools and techniques, and believe me, there are a lot. What I invite you to do, I'm going to rattle through a list because I'm aware this video is quite long, but I'm going to rattle through a list of techniques that I use, and that's what this piece of paper is my list. There's quite a long number of things on that list. I'm not going to read them all out to you. I will invite you to find your own. Write your own list, because when you are in that funk, when you are feeling low and down, the last thing you want to do is come up with a list of things to be happy. No, have it written down. I keep this in the drawer, in the top of the drawer, literally underneath my desk here. So I can just open it and look at it and go, oh yeah, I can do that. Now, some of these are 5-minute things. Some of them are much longer. Some of them cost money. Some of them don't. Write your own list. And I can pick and choose. Right now, that's what I feel like doing. That one, no, I'm not doing that. That doesn't feel right for me. So it might be, I'm going to read you a number of things on this list. Okay. These are all techniques you can try. Please write your own list and have it available for those days when you need it. So I've already referenced movement. For me, it's Qigong. Every morning, just a few minutes. Doesn't need much. It's just about getting the energy moving. This is not about exercise for fitness. That's a different thing. That can be good as well, by the way. Really full-on physical exercise can be great for raising your mood and pulling up endorphins and all of that in your body. That can be a great one, but that's a separate one. I'm talking about just moving, getting the energy moving. Doesn't have to be fundamental, doesn't have to be long. Getting in nature, going out for a walk, being around nature, getting, if you can, bare feet on the earth. I've said I live in the middle of a city. I do not have grass available to me. Sadly, I wish I did. For me, bare feet on the earth doesn't happen, doesn't work unless I'm like staying at my dad's house somewhere or something like that. It's very rare for me to get my bare feet on the earth because it's just not an option for me at home. That's why I'm saying pick what's right for you. But if you can, just a couple of minutes of standing with your feet connected to the ground, feeling your feet connecting into the earth can be really grounding and settling for your energy. Having a conversation with someone, talking it out, telling someone how you feel, not to spiral in a loop, but to release it from you. Releasing it from you to someone who is not going to spiral you, take you further and further down that spiral, but someone who is going to just let you release it. That's a really powerful thing. If you want that, by the way, there are some links below, ways you can come and do that with me, because actually if you're doing it with someone completely neutral who's not part of your life, sometimes a partner or someone in your family or someone close to you or close friend can be too close, and actually it's better to have someone completely neutral. If you want that, hello, that's what I'm here for. So just click the link, one of the links below. There's all sorts in there. I'll drop in there things, some free, some paid, you can do. Breath work. Breath work, really simple breath work. Just take yourself out of your mind and connect with your body. That's what grounding really is. Breath work is great for that. Breathe in through your nose, breathe out through your mouth, and make the out breath longer than the in breath. I count for 4 inwards and 6 outwards. And if you can, if you're able to, also hold it when you've, at the out breath, hold it as well before you breathe in again. It forces your nervous system to reset, to calm down. Particularly if you've got fast breathing, if you're stressed and tense, your breathing can become very shallow and very quick. That's certainly a symptom for me. If I'm stressed, I know I'm stressed because my breathing is further up in my chest rather than down in my belly, and it's quicker. It's quicker and it's shallower. This is a good exercise for reconnecting with your body and slowing, consciously making your breathing slow down. It's a powerful thing to do. Another thing that I do, another really good one, is tapping. I'm a big fan of tapping for shifting energy. I'm a huge fan of tapping after big energy work. If I'm doing some really big energy shifts, because I work in the Akashic Records a lot with clients, and I love doing tapping after an energy clearing, because energy clearing can be really, really unsettling for your nervous system. If you've, particularly if it's been really big, like past life blocks and all of those sorts of things, some really big traumas removed and all of those, it can really unsettle your nervous system, and that can leave you feeling dreadful, emotional, difficult for several days unless you do something conscious with it. Now, for me, tapping is a really great way to do that. Now, there's all sorts out there on YouTube around tapping, but just do a simple tap round. Do your own. If you want help with that, reach out to me. And I can point you in the direction of some brilliant tapping that you can do. But I do also do tapping as well. Let me know if you want anything on that. But tapping is great because it calms down your nervous system and it resets things. Another one for me, and this is for me being creative, doing something not related to my business, something creative that involves me tapping into that part of my brain is really helpful. So for me, that's cooking. Love cooking. Cooking is my happy place. Fresh, local ingredients. I shop locally, I shop independent, I cook from scratch. We don't really have ultra processed foods. Very, very rarely anyway. That's important to me. And the art of cooking is a way of me using creative energy. And when I do that, I have to be creative in order to do that. And it helps reset my brain from the negative talk into, oh, wow, look, I can play with this and create this and conjure up the flavors and all that. I'm very creative as a cook. I love it. Really love it. Another one I really, really, really value if I'm having a real funk. And you know those days where you feel so, it just feels heavy. Everything just feels heavy. It's not bad, it's just heavy. I love, and sometimes you can even get a headache with that as well. I really love an Epsom salt foot bath. Now, not a full body bath, but Epsom salts in a foot bath. I bought a washing up one. I bought a posh one with handles. I think it cost me £4.50 or something, really extravagant. And I keep it in here. And it fits my feet in perfectly. And I just sit with my feet in that for 20 minutes. The Epsom salts draw stagnant energy out of your body. It's a really powerful way. Honestly, I know it sounds weird and I would never have believed it before I tried it. If I get a headache and I've checked in with myself and I'm not dehydrated or hungover or anything like that. That's fairly rare these days, to be fair, but it's not anything else, an external factor. And I'm like, I've got this headache. Where's this come from? It's usually energetic. I put my feet in an Epsom salt foot bath for 20 minutes. I just sit there quietly with it in there. Sometimes I watch telly or whatever, it doesn't matter. Read a book. It really helps. It moves energy. The Epsom salts have a chemical thing that draws the energy out of your feet. That's why you don't want to sit in a bath with it all around you. You just want it out of your feet. And that's a really powerful way of clearing energy and moving energy. There are loads and loads and loads of other things. Do the things that bring you joy. Things that you know bring you joy. And like I say, write the list and have it available to you. It's a powerful way of moving energy. Now, all of this being said, this does not mean that the initial reason you were feeling bad in the first place, or down or low or angry or whatever, is not there. but it clears your energy so that you can look at it more closely from a different perspective. This is about being able to take a step back and look at it with curiosity and without the emotion of being in the middle of it. It's being able to go back and go, okay, right, now let's look at where this came from. Now, for me, my example I've been using, which was literally just a couple of days ago, I woke up and I checked in with myself and I had all those words in my head about all the things I hadn't done. I was like, right, so what can I do? But I cleared my energy first and then went into, right, what can I actually do? And then I wrote myself a list and then I went and did it. So, feeling bad for all the things that I hadn't done the day before or even been putting off for a few weeks, I wrote them down and I went and got them done. So I don't feel bad about those anymore. So this little mind gremlin in my head is not now talking to me and going, hey, look, you're getting it wrong. It's all your fault. Yeah. No, I've done that. Yeah, you were right. Thank you for telling me, but I've done those things now. There's always more to do. There's always more to do, but that's okay. I've cleared my energy and now I connect in with my feelings and I go, right, how are we feeling now? Remember I said I started the day going, okay, before I even get up, I'm going to check in with myself. What's really going on here? How are we really feeling? Okay, we're feeling heavy, like there's a heavy energy in the air. Okay, that's probably what's going on. So what do I need to do about that? Thank you, me, for telling me that we're feeling heavy about the energies right now. Thank you, me, for letting me know there's something I need to do. I'm always grateful for that. Grateful for that conversation I can have with myself, with my feelings, with my energy field, with my mind, with my physical body. It's all a conversation. And I thank whichever part of me it is that needs talking with, needs reassuring. Sometimes I'll literally sit and give myself a hug. You can do that as well. Literally give yourself a hug and go, yes, it's okay. You're going to be all right. It's okay. Have a hug. Have a hug with another person if you've got one available that's into that sort of thing. Whatever it is for you. Sometimes a self-hug can even be better, but a hug with another person is always a wonderful thing. I'm a big fan of hugs. I am a hugger, by the way. If we ever meet in person, I'm definitely a hugger. Just saying. I know that some of this doesn't feel easy. But when you've acknowledged what it is that is going on for you, you can do something with it. That's the point. That's what this is about. What action can you take to acknowledge how you feel? Do something with it. Because when you do something with it, you also change the narrative in your brain that's moving away from, no, 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 no. You're bad, you bad, you bad, doom, gloom, despair, dreadfulness, everything's wrong, irritable, whatever it is. And you go, thanks for telling me. I'm going to go and do this thing. And then you give your brain evidence to say, look, I've done all these. I listened to you. And look what I've done now. Whatever it is you need to do that helps you take that action, then tells your brain, oh, okay, well, maybe we don't need to say that about ourselves anymore. We don't need to convince ourselves we can't run a business and we don't know what we're doing and all of the rest of it. Give it all up and throw it all away and start again. No, you don't need to do that. But that is information. How can you use that information? And it's all about taking a step back of being in that feeling, in that moment, in that narrative. When you take that step back, you can do something differently. This is not about bypassing. This is the opposite of bypassing. This is actually about going deeper into yourself and connecting with yourself and acknowledging your truth and going, yeah, okay, there's something underneath this. The other one, I'll come back to the energetic boundaries. That's another big one. So for me personally, and you may feel this as well, if you are feeling the energies right now are difficult, are heavy, increase your energetic boundaries. I'm going to take a drink. I've been talking for quite a while. I do that. Can you tell it's unscripted? Yeah, I'll just ramble on and tell you what I need to tell you. So, energetic boundaries are really important, particularly at the moment. The fact that you're here on my channel means you are already aware of the importance of energy and energetics and protecting your own. You are on a spiritual journey. You would not be here listening to me if you weren't. I firmly believe that we can all hold an energetic bubble around us to protect us from these energies. The first thing I do, like I say, if this technique doesn't work for you, that's fine. Use your own. That's perfect. For me, what I do, hand on my heart, usually two for this one. Close my eyes. Nice deep breath in. And I ask my higher soul self to be with me now, to connect with me. I ask to connect with the heart of Mother Gaia, and I ask to connect with Divine Source. And I ask my higher team in spirit to be with me now. All angels, archangels, guardians, galactic brothers and sisters, dragons, fae, elementals, any ancestors, any beings of 100% pure love and light, be with me now, be closer to me now. And please hold me in a protective light that is for my highest good, the highest good of all, and the highest good of Gaia. And when I've said that, I then envisage a bubble around me. And when I say a bubble, I'm thinking, you know, those soap bubbles that you get, that children do. I used to have one as a kid. Little things that pots in sticks. You blow them, right? I imagine something like a soap bubble, giant one, all the way around me. It's transparent. It's got a shimmer to it, but it's transparent. But it's a bubble that you can choose what comes through and what doesn't. And it protects your energy field from anything coming into you that isn't yours. Anything that's not yours. And if you imagine that bubble holding you, you've already asked your angels and guides and team and spirit to hold that space around you, and then envisage, if you visualize that is. If you don't, then that's fine. Just ask your guides and guardians to help hold that space for you. But I like to envisage. I'm very, very visual. I actually have what they call hyperphantasia. So I imagine this bubble, like a soap bubble, transparent bubble, all the way around me, all the way around me. And it extends out probably, I don't know, not put a distance on it, maybe sort of a couple of feet in all directions, above and below, literally 360 around me. And it just carries my energy. And that stops other energies coming in and impacting me. It's like they bounce off any energies from the collective bounce off what's outside the sphere that I then walk around in. And I can choose to allow people to come into that. I can choose to allow other people's energy into that, but it's a conscious choice on my part rather than it just happening. So that's something that I like to do. I try. You can ask dragons to circle around you and protect you. That's another one that I do a lot. I have my personal dragon who comes in and, well, he's always with me anyway, but and there's an army of dragons out there. I am dragonkin, so after an experience in a previous lifetime. So yeah, I work with dragons a lot, but bring in the dragons. or the fairies or the unicorns or the angels, whoever works for you, all of this, it's about you. And then when you've done all of that, you've done the things that work for you, just smile and thank yourself for the information and then go on about your day. And I've given you a really long list, and I know this is a really long video, but you only need to do a couple of those. You don't need to do a lot. Do whatever feels right for you, no matter how, based on how you're feeling. This is all about getting your frequency back up again when you're feeling down, when you're feeling low. I've given you a huge amount there, loads to work with and through, and you can use as much or as little as this as you want. As I said before, if you want help with any of this, let me know. Let me know. There are links below and ways you can do that. And I would love to know in the comments, please do comment, by the way, because I always love receiving your comments and I always read them, and I'll always try and respond. I don't always respond like instantly because I don't sit on the platform all the time, but I will always pick them up and respond when I can. So yeah, do comment below and let me know. It doesn't matter when you're watching this, by the way, even if it is in 5 years' time, just comment. I will see it, I promise. And it's always me, by the way. I don't use AI at all. I did a video on that as well. I do not use AI in any form, in any part of my life. So at least not knowingly or intentionally. It's infiltrating a lot of stuff at the moment, but I very consciously try and avoid it as much as possible. So it's always me, by the way. It's always actually me, live human, doing this. I don't think AI would waffle as much as I do. I do know I talk. I'm passionate about what I do, and I'm here because I want to help you. And I'm hoping you're feeling the frequency of that. I'm hoping you're feeling my energy lift yours. And if you're watching this because you were having a bad day and you're going, right, I want to get out of it, I'm really hoping that now we come to the end of this video, and I am going to stop in just a moment, that you are feeling better because you've been sat in my energy and my frequency, and I've been projecting positive energy at you as well as we've gone through this. So I'm really hoping you're feeling better. Do let me know. I would love to know how you're feeling right now. Put a comment and let me know. And if you would do me the most enormous favor, if you're not already, please do subscribe to my channel. If you are subscribed, thank you. I love you. It really does make a huge difference to how the channel shows this to more people. And I want to get this out to more people. I want my message to spread to as many people as possible. So please do subscribe if you haven't already. And I would love it, love it, love it. If you've got anything from this, even a snippet, please do like the video. Please do hit that like button. And these episodes come out every week, so please do hit the notify bell to be notified every time I put a video out. I put all sorts of other things out. It's not just this series, but this Bridge to Joy series at the moment comes out every week, every Wednesday. I'm going to leave this here. It's been a joy talking with you today. I really hope you are feeling more uplifted, feeling benefit from this, and that you've taken some ideas and tips and techniques that you can use when you're feeling like things are just really hard. This is not about bypassing the difficult stuff, but this is about being able to take a step back, raise your frequency so that you can then look at it from a different angle without all the emotion in it. Because then you can be actually positive action taking rather than sitting in the doom and gloom of it all. That's what I'm here to help you with. I'm going to leave this here. Thank you so much for being here. I genuinely appreciate you. I am sending you love and joy right now from my heart to yours. Take care, and I'll be back with you soon.